this ongoing adventure of finding out what the heck is up with this strange graveyard and temple combo that you've come across. Give me a quick summary, if you will, of what happened in the last session. So
Well,
if you'll recall, it started off at the temple.
well.
Yeah.
Was it last session that we kind of pissed Russell off?
Yeah.
Right.
Did a lot of investigating of the temple itself, and you discerned various things about Russell and the temple and kind of the relationship to the graveyard. You
Russell
remember
is
any
an alien.
particular... Yes, he is.
And,
In fact, seems to be one of the types of aliens who are imprisoned in this graveyard-type place, but obscured by many plants and leaves.
And
Yeah.
now we're looking for the source of strange frequencies, which Minion picked up on the spook phones. And we found another alien, and he's sort of rock hard. And oh, hello,
Hey.
Kristen's here.
Hey. Perfect timing.
Hello.
Fake dude.
We're just hello.
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 Oh, he's got to click the things.
Okay.
Unless he's already clicked the things, in which case.
All right, carry on. So,
Right. So
yeah.
we're in an underground place under the massive graveyard, and fighting a man. Oh no, we were fighting a man. The man ran away, the alien man, and so now we're going to chase and kill him, probably.
Nice.
It's our style.
Do you remember any details about the stuff you found out about the temple itself, and I guess Russell?
Everything is made of radiation,
True.
and we would know this if we could read. I'm guessing English.
Wait,
You
the
metagame
temple.
slightly.
The temple was filled with radiation. I thought that was the ship thing we were in.
No, I'm going to say it, none of the language... you haven't encountered any English yet.
Oh, okay. Spoilers.
Wait, was there radiation symbols all around the temple as well?
Oh, I don't know.
Actually, there wasn't really... well, there may have been, but you couldn't explicitly detect any radiation in the temple, but certainly a lot of the condemned items and so forth that are buried here do have the radioactive symbol. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So basically, you toddle your way across with the station mobile over to the edge of the graveyard and set that up. I guess it was just Station, or I guess since he's not here, Bokra was left behind as well to manage that, and if the need be, provide kind of fire support with it. As you ventured into the graveyard, Minim was able to pick up a particularly strong, what felt like the source of the kind of energy and power that is coursing through this place, down underground. And you kind of teleported your way in that direction, although you weren't able to get right down to it. And in the meantime, because it's just a broken up piece of land, the others, so let's see, so it's Nai who got teleported down with Minim, and then Barracks and Fayan, and retroactively Zion and Erasmus also found just kind of an entrance, and they climbed their way down, and they managed to almost find each other there kind of nearby. Let's see, I think it was Minim and Nai who were attacked by the alien, or, well, yeah, the Condemned is what he was kind of titled. And he gave you a bit of a weapon, and then he ran away. So he is somewhere in these catacombs with you. Let's see. I've got a new map that I've set up for the catacombs, so I'll show you that in a second. I think I will stick with the kind of side-on view again with this one, because it's very much underground, and you're basically trying to head downwards. So with that said, let us switch to... So hopefully this is going to work with the line of sight and stuff. It might take a little moment to load up because it has a big image in there. Let's see what happens.
Ah, that was cool.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that's huge.
I can't see anything else.
You might have
Oh.
to scroll over to where you are, which is kind of in the
right.
middle of
Yeah.
the top.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this looks very different.
Yes.
Very red.
Yeah, that's so you can kind of see, you know, where is the open space and where isn't. But yeah, it's very dark down here. There's no natural or artificial light that you can currently see. You have your glow globes to kind of, you know, see with in the immediate area around you. And does anyone have you know, through their skills or whatever, have particularly good low light vision?
Minim can see in total darkness.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so let us up your sight in that case.
I mean, only it boosts it to dim light. It doesn't give him like normal sight.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have
Right,
absolutely
that should
nothing.
let you see further.
Yay.
And how about Barracks? Do you have like?
No,
small-
no.
Okay, no.
I can smell good, so maybe I can like
Mellow vision.
smell.
All right, cool. So, as I say, it is extremely dark, and these catacombs. I mean, I call them catacombs, but they're not really, you know, specifically built up tunnels and stuff. It's more just kind of open spaces, and you know, tunnels by happenstance, basically, through all of the detritus and graves and kind of sarcophaguses and stuff like that that are just piled up in this kind of garbage dump of death. The minute you can broadly feel that the kind of signal or presence that you're sensing is coming from basically downwards. So just again to remind you, this is kind of a side-on view, so down is down. But yeah, so it's kind of down, and it seems like it's to the left, roughly, but it is difficult to exactly tell its location. So you are caught in a space of very narrow kind of passageways and things that are not entirely stable and things like that. You're kind of split up into two groups. I think you shouldn't be able to see each other's groups. Is that right?
No, I can see.
Yeah,
You're able to see
we can
Minim,
see
but not
to
anything
boat.
else in particular. Cool. Okay, so that is fine. But yeah, I guess you need to. So you know that you're pretty close together. You're in roughly the same area, and the condemned kind of alien who. Let's see. I've got a handout for this. So the species that have been mostly trapped in these kind of gravestone type things, one of whom you encountered, look like. Give me a second. Something like this.
Lovely.
I was promised snake ladies, and this is not snake ladies.
Thayan promised you snake ladies, and I have to apologise. He had very much ulterior motives.
So, as well as being a clearly alien form, at least the ones that you've seen both entombed and otherwise, have a very rotten, but kind of cured, almost mummy-ish kind of appearance to them, and a rather pestilent aura as well.
Is this the one that Nye and Minim fought?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it attacked them and then it ran away from them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've not
So-
actually seen it yet.
I
or know
don't
anything
think so,
about it.
no. So
Okay.
but it scuttled away into the shadows and darkness and little nooks and crannies, and actually you haven't heard it for a little while.
Did we know there was a fight going on? I can't remember.
Yes,
heard
you will have.
noises.
I think you heard all that going on, and
You
that's
heard of-
basically what kind of guided you into almost the same area. So,
You heard a
Yeah.
distant Wilhelm scream.
so you're aware that you're relatively close to each other. So, how do you proceed? No particular in order at this stage, just whoever wants to go.
Well, if we can get back together, that'd be nice. But
Also, chase the monster.
also chase the monster. guess
One
we-
other thing I'll mention is so there's a lot of stuff entombed and buried here. So like especially you might see kind of crosses around the place. They denote basically, well, as I say, like it's a big variety of things. There isn't really one set kind of format or form of these graves and tombs and stuff, but there's just all kinds of abandoned chests, and like many of them are arrayed with kind of warning signs and epitaphs and things like that. But nevertheless, they're just very much littered around this place. Also making it somewhat difficult to navigate in some cases as well.
Let's see. It's that one there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you'll see a lot of those around the place.
Cool.
So you're currently separated, and Minim is the one who has the best. Well, Minim and I guess Nai as a pathfinder probably are going to be the best place.
Holy cow, prison.
Oh dear.
What?
Oh, there was like a wind there.
Oh, sorry, I just opened the window.
Hey.
And there is a very real danger of getting lost down here. So that is something to bear in mind as well. Presumably, grouping up is something that you might try and do.
I would like to use my. I have like something that smells, right? Like some an oddity that produces a smell.
Produces or detects?
It produces, but I want to use it to sort of make a trail so we don't get lost. So we can.
Okay.
Well, bear in mind also that Minim leaves a nice trail of freshly baked bread smell.
Yeah, nice.
Why do you leave a trail? Oh, is this an oddity?
Yeah, I think. Let me just make sure.
That said, Minim also walks through walls, so it's of limited use.
I'm
okay, never mind.
in pathfinding now, so I will be, using that as much as I can.
It is not something that smells. It's a glass jar filled with an edible, creamy white substance that fills back to the top at the end of every day. So I just sort of dab little dots as I walk along. So it's easy to.
So what
Hansel
is
and Gretel
is
effect.
if you use the drawing tool and basically just draw a trail after yourselves as you move.
Okay, sure.
So the passage that is kind of Barracks' group, the passage that is up to above you basically, that is where you've come from, and for the sake of gameplay, basically you don't need to go back up there because that will just lead to the top of the map. So yeah, you need to proceed in order to try and find some kind of path, but perhaps you could take some means to locate each other.
Which way did the alien go?
Let's see.
Because it's all different now, so...
Yeah, so from you, he basically went... let's say he went, like, upwards, basically. He scrambled up in kind of this direction.
Oh, piss baby, that's not where we want to go.
Oh, we could hear Minim and
Actually, no, I'm going to cancel that, actually. He went... he dropped down into this area down here.
Oh, you don't have to please me.
No, it's okay. I think because otherwise he's just going to go. I want to not give you a reason to go up to the top of the mountain.
Oh, I see.
There's
we could hear Minim and Nai fighting. Could we tell it was them, or was it just clashing and grunts in the distance?
In the last session, the only loud noise that is said to have been made was the alien. So I don't know.
Okay, so
But,
we heard alien screeches. We didn't necessarily hear. That sounds like Minim.
we didn't
be
say.
able to recognize the sound of each other relatively easily,
Yeah,
unless
I
you were
mean-
specifically trying to avoid identifying yourself. So I think it's probably fair to assume
Sure.
that you will have heard each other.
Okay, so we know they're around at least.
Yeah.
To help them find us, because we don't have any way to find them easily at the moment, I would like to make use of one of my oddities, which is a box filled with tiny musicians. When I open the box, it plays. And when I close it, they have horrified looks on their faces. So, yeah, I'll open that up and walk around with the music, because hopefully it might draw them to us.
What kind of music?
I wanna say it's like I don't know, like Southern Gothic rock or something. I think that would just be appropriate.
which is probably classical music in
Oh,
Numenera.
okay, that works as well.
Very classical
yeah.
by that point.
Yeah.
The magic roundabout theme, but
Alright, so okay, so as you traverse your way through these cramped and dim and condemned corridors, a more or less pleasing ditty is echoing out around the walls.
can
I
me
dance a
and
little
Minimum hear
bit.
it?
Like not like dance, but sort of move to the beat, shuffle a little bit. Do the
Drive
snake.
to the beat.
Dance
Oh, that's the
revolutions.
word I was looking for.
I'm
Yes.
going to say as well, it's
Sorry.
it is like it's not completely silent down here. Basically, you can hear a kind of drumming rumble in the background, and basically the place doesn't seem to be completely stable. Occasionally, you can hear things just like fall off something and go clattering down. And just there's a general sensation of this whole structure kind of slightly shifting and not being completely solid, because it isn't.
Is it
So,
shifting
yeah.
as we move, or does it just seem to be shifting every so often?
Yeah,
With
just
nothing
kind of
to do with
every
us.
so often.
It's
in general.
alive.
I mean, there are some areas where things are loose and the footing isn't exactly great.
Oh god,
It
this is a
is.
ship, isn't it? We don't have very good experience with giant ships that don't look
It's-
like giant ships.
It isn't a ship, no. So I guess I'm trying to get across.
I guess
Like
it-
this is literally just imagine a garbage dump, basically, but full of like kind of graves and like
Okay.
prison cells and containment devices and things of that nature.
Oh, so have we wandered through separate structures then? This isn't one single giant structure, it's more of a conglomerate of other things just...
All
Exactly.
made of crap.
Oh, okay, that's not what I expected, that's cool.
But it is, as I say, it's like specifically things that have been condemned and buried in this kind of sinfully marked place, as it were.
I'm sure it's all fairly healthy and harmless. I noticed a little thing here. Am I okay to wander into there? I don't want to wander too far.
Yeah, I mean, you can move anywhere that you're able to move and
through
see.
here.
Likewise, you can see anything that you are able to see.
I guess Nye and Minim are both still tied to each other.
Yeah, I did put a rope between us.
Oh
didn't I?
wait, but
Or-
then Minim popped in a wall and you got blasted away. So probably not anymore.
Yeah, let's say it broke then.
Oh.
But you have a few moments. You're not immediately being disturbed. If you want to set up any stuff like that, you are free to do so.
Oh man, I've just realised I've come up behind Prison. I will surprise Varix and say, "Gotcha!"
Minim
Oh,
went
that's it.
for
Great
a
idea.
little snap.
In a somewhat playful manner.
Minim's all like, "Where is he?"
Actually,
Wait, so are you
fair,
actually picking up on me? Or...
I'll be honest. I'm playing music the entire time, so it probably wouldn't be that stealthy.
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay.
But,
Then-
hey, Varix, I've got you. Yes, you definitely didn't hear me coming a mile away.
Did we hear the music, Minimum? And
Let's see. Give me a like Minim and
Sure.
like give me a perception roll. So intellect, difficulty 4, let's say. This is just like listening, basically. Unless you have any kind of skills that specifically let you to find and detect where people are.
okay,
Wonder.
why is this so slow for me? Yeah, that was a good roll.
Nah, true senses doesn't really count. So doot 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 beep. What?
Okay, well, you would have beaten a 2, so let's see. I think so far you can't really. I mean, let's say that you can kind of hear the noise vaguely in the distance, but just because you're in a bunch of tunnels and stuff,
Yeah.
at the moment it's hard to tell what direction it's actually coming
So I'm just
from.
gonna push buttons and see if I can make it work. Why is it not working?
Are you pushing the red dice?
Yeah. Let's try the green dice.
API.
Have you entered a difficulty?
Yeah, I have.
Sure that. Did you click into another?
Oh, now
thing?
it's working.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
Is it a whole thing where if you don't click away, it just assumes a difficulty of
Weird.
nothing
Okay.
and gets?
Yeah, or more that it doesn't necessarily register a change in values.
Also, wow, way to get all of my bad rolls out of the way.
It's not terrible, to be fair. It's not
Right,
great.
so let us say that, like you can keep moving around, just don't make too drastic movements, but I'm going to pause you at this stage. And Erasmus, as you kind of venture downwards, somewhat away from the others, so they can maybe hear you kind of picking away down in the corridor down below. So you heard the sounds of a ruckus before, and you can hear something moving in the corridors surrounding you. And let's say, I guess Erasmus as well, give me a perception. Let's say, because he's closer, it's difficulty 3 to try and find out where he's coming from, or where it is coming from. Oof. Okay. So in that case, let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, well, all of us, or just Thomas?
Let's say Thomas, Barracks, Fayan, and Zion, please.
Okay.
Let's see. Where do I put my icons up?
Initiative.
Our roll's so good.
Wow, that's a good roll.
Okay. So,
Oh, you spent effort on initiative. I thought you could do that. Jeez, you got a lot of... Wow.
Why not? I've got 3 speed edge, so it's free now, basically.
Oh, right, fair enough. Oh, I don't know why I've not... Oh, I've only got 2 speed edge. Oh, well. Next
Oh wait, you
time.
can apply speed edge to your initiative rolls.
It's speed, right? I thought it was speed.
it's
Yep.
effort, isn't it? So it's free. It makes sense.
All right, so
Do I need to apply
we'll-
player effort for my initiative?
Okay, hold on.
You go real fast.
Sorry, what was your? Hold on. Wait. Okay, so take out my and so we got 2 barracks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't set the thing
Oh,
up.
I've gone. I was in there and I've just disappeared.
Yeah, sorry, hold on. All right, so okay.
Do you want me to re-roll and add myself back in?
No, it's okay. That is 6. 4, don't need that one. Right, so Erasmus, Barracks. Oh, and I need fiddling around with roll 20. There we go. All right, so oop. All right, so let's see. Zion, using your keen thiefly senses, and although oh no, it's Hyun who has actual like night vision goggles. I don't think you have anything like that, do you?
I think he just
still-
eats his carrots, and he's
Yeah.
he grew up in.
But
dank-
all right, so
dank
you're
dark alleys,
you're
so-
kind of still perched up at the top, basically, as the rest have been picking their way down below you, and as you're basically looking down the kind of shaft towards where Erasmus is, you get, I don't know, maybe it's an intuition, or maybe you just have good hearing, or it's your general kind of sixth sense, but you get a feeling that a enemy is approaching from this direction. So let's see. You can't see it yet, but you are able to take an action.
Okay, well in that case, I will
Oh, does he not?
use.
Yeah,
one of
yes.
my-
He's Varix is at the bottom.
Oh, okay, it's just not showing it for me then. Weird.
Yeah,
I will use. I'll activate Deadly Aim for the next minute. All my ranged attacks will inflict 2 additional
Nice.
points of damage.
All right, so I'm guessing like he knows that something is up, and
Yeah.
so he has that little scene where he like readies his bow and like checks his arrows and knocks
Yeah.
one and all that
Picks
kind
out,
of stuff.
picks out the good ones, you know. That's,
Yeah,
that's-
nice. All right, so you are ready. Immediately as you are doing that, the creature I showed you before, and which I'll just say is the actually I guess you wouldn't really be aware, but this is the same one that was just fighting Minim and Nai. It basically charges and lumbers with great alacrity and speed up the corridor I guess you can see it now, Mr. Erasmus.
Yeah.
Just below you, and so it's coming up from that direction, and it basically just pounces straight up at you, and makes an attack. And as it's doing so, it is like breathing out and just coughing out this like cloud of kind of putrid miasma in your direction. So that is what it is doing. So make a defense against that, and it is level 5.
So I have upped my interpretive dance skill to specialized.
Awesome.
So can I use that as a dodge?
Yeah, why not? Absolutely. Combat interpretive dance.
I mean, there's music playing right now, so it makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
Yeah, why not?
So, let's see.
Let's see. Is that?
Oh, I didn't put the difficulty 3. I don't think you said anything.
So the creature's difficulty 5.
Okay, 5. So,
So no.
so no.
Cool. Okay, right. Okay, so in that case, let's see. It doesn't really attack you directly as such. In fact, it almost seems to not quite have noticed that you were there, and it's just on its way up towards the others. But it basically kind of body slams you against the wall, and you get absolutely covered in a nasty, noxious substance that coats your clothes. And because of one of your character traits, which I remember setting up way back when we created him, he is going to have a minor or +1 difficulty that is a disadvantage while he continues to be in a state of disarray in terms of being covered in horrible, obnoxious goop. In addition to that, you can smell a nasty, burning, acrid smell, and this seems to be some kind of acidic compound. And basically, it does. I'm going to say, actually, no. Let's say 4 damage. But it's still you're still covered in it, so it may do further damage in the future.
Okay.
Say, give you a little status icon. Cool. Okay, so it does that, and because it successfully beat you, it is still moving upwards. So let's say it goes. What is the distance? Alright, so it goes. Yeah, it gets past you, but it doesn't reach anyone else, and it is currently it's doing the kind of scrambly wall run thing, kind of like a xenomorph, through these tight spaces. Despite its large bulk, if there's any obstacles in its sight, it just kind of shoulders them out of the way, and they go crashing down into the corridors below, sometimes just smashing open and spilling their contents over the floor. But it clearly has no concern for that, and it is simply basically blindly attacking you at this stage. All right, so that is its turn. So that. And now it comes to the low initiative people. So Erasmus, you have a turn.
So I'm gonna use a cipher called where was it? Yeah, Purify. So I'm just gonna post what it does in the chat so you can see it.
Sounds handy.
So that should take care of my.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that is very handy. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and say that since you have just the item on you for such an occasion, the man must maintain his composure. And so you quickly spray yourself down and rid yourself of the horrible goop, and you are once more properly attired. Nice. So let's say, well, you can take a kind of reasonable movement as well if you want to, but that will otherwise take a movement.
Yeah. I think this is just his first priority. So get clean.
Cool. Do you? So you just stay where you are otherwise?
Yeah, and also.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so it is now Fayan's turn. You are somewhat away from the action, but you can hear in an adjacent corridor all of this bad business going down. Fayan?
Bean?
He did.
Snap. Alright, so let's say he's delaying his turn, I guess, and that makes it Barracks' turn. So you are kind of crouched across this rather steep downward pointing shaft, and this horrible monster is barreling its way up towards you, having just thrust its way past Erasmus.
I want to jump.
Yeah,
down
absolutely.
And hit it with my one leg.
Oh, nice.
Do a one leg kick.
Yeah, like a falling kick. All right, well, you definitely have the height advantage, and your considerable weight will lend quite an impact to this. So I think this would count as a speed attack, and it's against a level 5 creature.
All right, and I guess I'm trained in that. And I apply some effort. All right. I don't have an asset, I assume.
Not particularly. I don't think.
No awesome fighting.
I do think it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Got a minor effect anyway.
All right. So, badass, you leap from the shadows above, and you just slam straight down into this thing, feet first.
Foot
What
first.
do you want? Foot first. And so you give a mighty kick that does a decent amount of damage. I'm gonna up that to 6 damage. Actually, what's your normal melee attack damage anyway?
Well, it's 4, but then I tend to attack again, right? Because
Yeah. I think so. You can do a heavy attack, which is 6, or you can do the medium attack with the poison on top. But in this case, I'm actually gonna because you're falling basically.
Yeah, I mean.
I'm going to put another 2, so basically you do 8 damage to it, which is a very hefty blow. And I guess, as your minor effect, do you want to kind of stop yourself in place after doing that and sending it tumbling down? Do you want to maybe grapple it so it doesn't fall down on top of Erasmus?
Yeah, no, I grapple it. So I kick it and then also wrap my snake tail around him.
Yeah, badass.
And then
all right,
hold
so
with one arm, sort of like I'm just holding on now.
Yeah.
I assume I'm not just floating. So.
no, you're kind of braced against the side of the wall there. So Erasmus, just above you, you've heard a massive thudding collision as Barracks collides with this beast and basically grapples it up against it. So they're struggling in the kind of corridor, tunnel right up above. Cool. Fayan, are you back?
Yes, I am back now.
Sweet. All right. So
Right.
hold on. Oh, get you up there. All right. So Fayan, it is your turn.
Okay, right. I'm assuming I heard Varix fighting whatever this thing is around the corner.
Yep. So you've heard the big commotion going on just in one kind of corridor over.
Okay, well, I will dash down here and go. Oh no, there's actually a wall here.
Yep.
And I'll be able to get to-
That's the problem
so
with
I
Catacomb.
will dash back up here and go the long way round. I don't think I'll be able to get all the way to him. Would I?
Let's see.
Let's see. I started off here and I went that way. Oh yeah, of course, the ruler.
Yeah, I think you could definitely
way.
get up here where Zion is, and because it's if you want to then kind of jump down or scramble your way down, you can.
Oh, of course, it's a vertical thing. Side on.
Yeah.
Right.
I think we're doing it that way, and so
I would have probably gone down that way. Oh dear. Wrong
sorry,
thing.
yeah. Go ahead and move your token.
I would have probably gone down this way because it's a bit more of a slide. There's a kind of slip and slide. And if oh geez, yeah, and okay, slide down and try to grab onto this and clamber up. That's probably going to take my whole turn now. I'll be honest. What do you think?
No, I think you're a nimble sort, and
I could take a flying leap off here and just give it a good old whack with my mighty chair leg of truth.
all right,
I
cool.
mean, what's the worst thing that could happen?
All right, so it's level 5. I'm going to say because it's grappled by barracks, that brings it down to a level 4,
Okay.
and you can do either might or I think speed for that.
I will do a speed-related thing. I'm not particularly mighty.
Cool.
Okay. I'm trained with my stick or chair leg, and I'll put a point of effort in.
Badass.
And let's see how this goes. Difficulty 5, did you say?
Difficulty 4 because it's grappled.
Oh, 4 because it's grappled. Okay. Right. Let's give this a go.
Nice. All right. So, and
Yes.
I think it's 4 damage, your chair leg?
Yes, it's 4 damaged. 4 damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna let's just bump that up to 5 because you're doing a kind of falling attack and stuff. So yeah, okay. So you give it another very solid whack. However, it's pretty clear at this stage that it's maybe not quite as big as barracks, but it is a very big, bulky, tough creature, and it just has kind of this accumulation of like really thick, rather dead feeling kind of plates of like flesh and general tough hide over it. So it seems pretty protected, basically, but you're certainly doing damage to it.
Okay.
And it is writhing in Barracks' grasp. So
Does it have eyes?
let's have a look.
Ooh. Oh, apparently I do an extra point of damage by biting and clawing at my foe, in addition to attacking my normal weapon.
Oh, nice.
That's an extra. Like I said, assuming there's nothing special that happens, I will try to bite and claw as well. That's just.
Okay,
That's
it tastes incredibly disgusting because it's basically a corpse. So I'm going to go ahead and say, make me a might roll difficulty. I'm going to say 2 because you are used to ingesting dodgy substances
Okay.
to resist the effects of eating bits of this thing.
Right, I don't think any of my skills would be associated with this. I'm not putting effort in. So let's see what happens. I'm completely fine.
Nice.
Wait, I didn't put any effort in. Oh, bloody hell, why is it... Oh, I didn't click away.
That's right.
Yeah.
You would have still got it anyway.
Yeah, it's just
I have to
the...
restore that cost.
I got to click away.
So that's fine. So you chow into this thing, but you realize how disgusting it is. Just like, and so you still managed to do the normal damage to it, though.
Does it make you
Uh,
high, by the way? Like, I mean, he's a bit like miasmic. Are you getting a bit of a buzz of it?
I don't know, I got a buzz off Russell, but I think this guy is significantly less flowery than Russell. And I
What's
don't
the
know if his
opposite
flowers
of a
are...
buzz?
I think the best you could hope for from this is like a Gen Chem type deal where the horrible noxious gases just make your head reel.
That's not really Fane's thing. So,
All right, so let's let's go into a new phase, and at this stage, I think Nai and Minim, you would have heard the commotion that was going on, and possibly deduced that it was the same assailant who ran away from you, who is now with the others. So basically, let's say at this stage, because you're getting closer, you get the feeling that they are over to your right.
Okay. So we came down this passage that's on the right. So I'm not sure if there's any way.
No, you came down from up above you.
No, we came. Well, we were just up here, I believe.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So there's no way through there. Let's see. So I guess we just have to go down and hope we get some way
Potentially.
across.
Maybe if I'm not entirely sure how this would roll, but we hear a commotion coming from that general direction. Can I do some sort of roll to see if maybe I can discern how far away that the noise was coming from?
Yeah, I'd say, and especially because you're with Nai. In fact, if anything, probably Nai would be the better one for this, because I guess you're used to kind of caving to a certain extent, and you also are specialized in pathfinding. So I think that would pretty much cover like finding the direction to get to this noise.
Cool.
So now go ahead and give me a pathfinding. So it's going to be intellect, difficulty. Well, let's say 3.
3. Okay, so I'm specialized. Not going to put any effort into it. Let's see what happens. Phew.
Sweet. All right. So let's see. If I do, like, can you see this ruler?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So basically, the way that you need to go is here, here, along here, and then you'll get up to Erasmus.
Okay. I relay this.
Yep. Okay. Cool. So at this stage, let us re-roll initiative again, and that includes
Can we
Minim and Nai. Yeah.
All right. Can we take any actions sort of just before that, or?
Let's see. Yeah, let's say. Yeah, sure. Let's say you can move and take an action as well before anything else happens.
Oh, before we do our initiative thing.
Well, roll initiative anyway, but let's just have you take like an action each first.
Oh, well, in that case, in preparation for my turn, I'd like to do some sort of scananigans in this sort of direction so that I broadly know where to possibly whack a portal.
And that so you don't need a line of sight to do a portal.
I don't need line of sight to make a wormhole, no.
Cool. Okay, so let's see. All right, well then give me a intellect. I don't know if scan is like something that you're trained in or what, or...
No, it's just an esoteric.
Okay, so so you just spend the cost and then do it, I guess. Is that right?
Yeah, but I guess like if you want to make me do some sort of roll to see just how useful
Yeah,
a
like
spot
how
I find. Because I mean, scanning like takes time, so it's kind of I'm just going to scan a spot, and if I
Yeah,
like
'cause I
do
think, like,
badly at it,
scanning
then
is
I
supposed to be-
scan a.
Yeah. I think scanning is kind of supposed to be more about like analysis than kind of locating things, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so
But
that's the point. Is like I'm intending to scan a particular spot. I mean, I have like the advantage of being able to see where the open spots are. But then if I do like some sort of roll to see if like do I scan just an enclosed area or do I scan an open area? In which case I'll know that I can pop
Well,
out
I'll
there.
tell you what. Just pick a spot to scan.
But I can see where all the good spots are.
Oh, can you? Can you see the other players' icons?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, we're not supposed to.
It doesn't really matter, but oh, that's weird. Wonder why you can
Put
see
on a-
that. Let me just check something quickly.
Sure.
Pin the tail on the donkey's tail.
So there should definitely be walls between you. And can you see their like
Well,
line
I
of
can
sight
see all
as
of
well,
their
if that
lines
makes
of
sense?
sight, yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
that's
see
right.
Minims and Nice locations and line of sight as well.
What if we
Okay,
have to
maybe that.
roll somewhere that we can't see line of sight of?
But all the
Um,
corridors and stuff on the way, we can't see those, can we?
All right, no, that's fine. I guess I just misunderstood how the line of sight stuff works. So I think your lights aren't shared, but it looks like your line of sights are. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, okay. So Minim, give me I guess like a specialized role from intellect with difficulty. Let's say 3.
Specialized.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Beep. Yay.
Nice. All right. So you are able to basically pick and choose where in that area you want to place your portal, and if you can think of a good minor effect as well. then-
Wonderful. Perfect. That works. Where exactly did? Oh, Nai is like really low on the initiative order.
Yeah.
I'm not having my best day.
My initiative didn't seem to update.
As my minor effect, then can I impel Nai into doing something on my turn? Basically, I want to
that's
throw her
something-
through the portal.
Well, it's up to Universal.
You cool with that? Oh no.
Have we lost 9? Oh.
Oh.
There we go.
I see everyone's cutting out every few seconds.
Oh no.
This is not good.
Is it
But
better
yeah,
now?
whatever you plan, I'll go along with.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, and this is your. Okay, so I'm going to say like your action beforehand is basically to make this portal, and then when it comes to your turn, you can go through it with like no particular movement cost.
Yeah, I mean, the portal is an action, so I can still move through it on my turn, but it just means I won't be able to attack, which is fine
Yeah.
because I can lob Nye through. That's what she's
All right.
for.
So where are you making your portal?
Basically, here.
Cool. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. All right. So you make a portal, and yeah, I'm gonna say like basically when it comes to your turn, you can move through that portal plus do your full movement stuff if you want to.
Jokes.
And you also prepare a night. Night. Do you maybe belay yourself?
Yeah, I'll whenever my initiative comes up, I'll go through the portal, I suppose.
Yeah, cool. But I mean, are you going to like maybe set up a rope anchor on the other side?
Oh right.
Yeah, I'm figuring that with the minor effect, Minim's just kind of gonna push Nye through.
Yeah.
I mean, I sort of want us all to be together anyway, so I can't see
Yeah,
myself wanting to go back or be tethered here.
Cool. Okay, that's fine. All right, so let's see. So the rest of you, I guess, what do your portals look like, Minim?
I figure that they kind of look more like a distortion than a like particle effect type thing.
Okay.
And so as you move through them, it looks like, if you can imagine glass smashing, but not in a way where the pieces kind of fall to the ground. They kind of they want to flex back in place.
Awesome. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so I think the rest of you, let's say you hear like a cracking or something, but the portal hasn't actually opened yet until they come through it. So
Just to check, is this thing on the wall of sides, or is it on kind of in the air? If we fall
it's in
down this
space.
shaft, are we gonna go through the portal as well?
Yes,
Okay.
but you'll just hit the floor. That is where we're standing.
Oh right. Okay. Cool.
nice. Okay, so the condemned alien is going to go first, and it is. Let's see. It's going to try and break free of the grapple that Kristen has it in, and at the same time, it is spraying more putrescent nastiness over both of you. So both of you make a. Let's see. I think Kristen will have to be a might roll because you can't really get away. Fayan, you could do might or speed.
Okay, what's the difficulty? 5, right?
Yes.
I will probably do a speed roll as I try to. Oh geez, I've lost which screen it's on. Just trying to duck behind just this area, just out of sight. Well, hopefully out of its range.
Cool.
Let's see if this goes horribly wrong. Difficulty 5, and I'm specialised in speed defence now. And I'll put a point of effort in there. But yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Oh, just clicking another thing first.
Yeah, I do not care about your smelling.
All
I
right.
care about
That's what can go wrong. Okay.
So let's see. Let us see.
How big a fall is it down here? As I try to duck down.
Well, you're going to find out because so basically, this is a big, powerful creature, as is Barracks, and they're both like wrestling and struggling against each other with great force. You've just like ducked in to try and sneak a sneaky jab at this thing with the chair leg of truth, but at the same time, it basically tosses its head, and just this horrible like spew of kind of vomitous putrescence sprays out all over the place, certainly all over. Oh, so Varix, was your roll just above the 11? Was that your might defense?
That's fine.
Okay, so it sprays all over Varix, but because of his tough scales, it actually has no effect on him. He's able to kind of keep it out of his eyes and mouth. But it does spray all over you, Fayan, and it also sprays all over the floor underneath you. And as a result, you get knocked by the creature, and you basically go slipping and tumbling backwards. And you start to go. There's a whole bunch of these kind of crypty things that are kind of strapped basically to the wall. So they somewhat break your fall, but it's almost Homer Simpson-esque, like tumble down, like boom, 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 like smashing into each of these things. And
Oh God, this is quite far down.
yeah, so you take a pretty heavy fall through these things. Let's say. Give me basically a kind of gymnastics type roll. Difficulty, I'd say 4 to try and stop your fall at this kind of ledge that you tumble past.
I am not trained this at all. No, any difficulty?
4.
Or I'm putting some effort in here, if possible. Yeah. Okay. I'm
Nice.
glad
Right.
to put
You
the-
managed to avoid going tumbling all the way down, and you stop yourself about here. However, you have taken damage both from the fall and from the goopy stuff. So you take 6 damage, plus you are acided.
Okay.
Nice.
So you're going to need to find some way to clean yourself off of that, or you'll take
6.
further damage.
6 damage.
6 indeed.
Okay. Apparently, it didn't take a point off each of those past 2 rolls. It says I've only lost 1, so I'm just gonna. Not sure what happened there. Okay, so that'll do, and I'm down to. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm fine.
Nice.
So what's wrong with it? Is it acid? Is it like burning me, or does it just smell and taste horrible?
It is probably very like septic and stuff, and it also has a somewhat of a burning effect as well. Indeed.
Right, burning is bad. Okay.
Cool. Okay, so let's see. I think Barracks, because you succeeded your roll, you still have it grappled, although it is a struggle to keep hold of it. So that is its turn, and now you have a turn.
Do I have any sense if I, is there any way I can just knock it out?
Sure. Well, you can make basically a might attack against it. Let's say, because you have it grappled specifically, I'd say it's reduced it to level 3.
Yeah, or alternatively, I mean, I'm really worried about, my friend just suddenly tumbling over the edge.
I mean, you could also make a poison bite attack, which potentially does basically double damage.
Oh no, okay, so how about this? Can I just keep him tangled in my tail?
Yeah.
But then also dive after Bean to try and, well, I have no rope, so I guess I couldn't. All right, so I'll just choke him out and bite him with my, inject some of my poison into him.
Cool. All right. So make. I think with that, it's a. I can't remember what these mechanic is.
I think the mechanic we had is basically I have to roll a regular attack.
Yeah.
And then I have to, if I succeed, I have to use. Head does 3 damage, use speed, attack again on a hit to do 3 speed damage via venom.
Yeah, I think the choking
attack
attack is going to be basically the same effect, same thing. So make me a speed attack, difficulty 3.
All right. Okay. Here we go.
Nice. All right. So you successfully basically continue to grapple him. You start choking him, and you're able to kind of get your snake hand in a position to bite him as well. So make me a might attack again, difficulty 3.
Is there? I forgot the rules. There's a way to apply effort to either increase to hit, right, or to increase the damage.
Yeah. So there's 2 boxes. I think the one on the right is to increase the damage.
Right. Let's do that. So I put 2 effort into increasing the damage.
Nice. Cool. So, let's see.
So in my mind, I am aiming particularly carefully, so I jab him in the eyes with the poison.
Yes, nice. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think to be honest, between all of that and the fact that you basically just are, you're especially good at grappling and constricting, basically. So, and given that you've just poisoned him, I think you've basically taken him out of the action. As in fact, you're squeezing him so hard and like attacking him with your fangs and things, and once he takes enough damage, his body basically, it doesn't exactly disintegrate, but basically it just loses all of its kind of integrity, and all of the, or not all of them, but many of the joints kind of pop apart and the bones break as they seem to be, this thing is clearly in a somewhat half-rotten condition, basically, and you basically just break it. And, yeah, I guess you just... you can probably swing the corpse over into one of these side passages, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you have defeated the creature. So I guess that basically clears up initiative. And Nai and Minim, if you want to go through your portal, you can do that.
Okay. Can someone move me, because I don't know what's going on in Roll20.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Oh, I
they
don't
won't
think you
move
can move
through
yourself through
walls.
walls.
So
Yeah.
Oh,
face
yes,
back
sorry,
to
I'll
that.
have to do that. So, boop, and...
yeah,
It's
Minim pushes Nai
more
through the
that-
portal to so that she goes flying up to hit the thing, and it's just dead.
I come like, yeah. Okay.
But I'm really happy to see you, so
So
Hey, friend!
Maybe try and hug her, but over the horrible, rotten, dead corpse of this thing,
Lovely.
and it gets kind of mushed in between you.
Yeah, we do no, we're not huggers like that. We're too badass for that, but we like to do it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Cool high five.
All right. So, despite your victory, there is still a very oppressive and rather dangerous atmosphere to the place. As you can, it's uncertain whether the sounds and the kind of occasional bangs and crashes that you can hear echoing throughout these catacombs are just general settlement of all the loose items, maybe kind of stirred up by yourselves, or if there is perhaps more of this type of creature or other things that you might encounter.
That's probably just me hitting things on my way down. Am I still on fire?
Yeah, let's say, okay, so you're still covered in the horrible putrescence from before. You're also separated from the group.
Where is
let's
it? Is it on
say-
my skin or just on my outer clothes?
Kind of both. I guess mostly on your clothes, but there's probably some areas of exposed skin, and it will have just kind of worked its way in. So you need to
Right.
find some way to clean yourself.
How
Otherwise, you'll
bad
take
is the
some
burning?
extra
Is it more?
Let's say basically, unless you can find a way to avoid it, then you'll take one hit of, let's say, 4 more damage
Okay.
before
Will
it
Minim
wears
have
away.
had enough time to see this and apply first aid?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you were kind of. You didn't appear till I fell down. So can you get down to me? Okay. Oh,
Anything is possible with an acrobatics check.
that's true.
Yeah, the tunnel has been kind of cleared out of all the helpful climbing points by the fact that Fayan crashed his way through there. So yeah, let's say it's a difficulty 3 speed check. So
Okay.
you safely get your way down there without going tumbling down.
Okie dokes. Speed. 3. Whew.
Nice. All right, so you successfully, I imagine you just spider your way down basically to where Fayan is, and yes, you can apply first aid of whatever form you have.
I'll chuck
Needles
a rope down
in the
towards
chest.
you.
Okay, that will help me. I'm more worried about the clothes here because I was wearing that quite fancy bear rug cloak thing.
Yeah, that's true.
It would have
been
and
very
that
heavy.
T-shirt that shows off your organs as well.
Oh, they- Gee, that's going to terrify Minimin. So it's like, I'm cleaning away the acid. Oh, look, I can see all your organs. That's not good. They shouldn't be
Okay.
exposed.
Well, Minim
Okay.
can't really help your clothes very much, but
No.
let's
Am
see.
I?
I
Oh,
can
All right,
either.
I'm not gonna. Oh well. Should I
I'm
just have them dissolve away?
I'll be honest, I've always imagined Fayin just wearing just several layers of, oh, look, another t-shirt, let's just wear this. So I imagine he's not going to be naked, if that's what you're
All right.
concerned with.
Yeah. Sure.
But will my bear cloak survive? Was that hit by the burning acid?
Let's say it looks rather bedraggled and battered. It doesn't
Jeez.
really get destroyed, but if you take it to a decent, whatever,
That
the
dry
equivalent of a
cleaning
dry
bill, though.
cleaner, then
That would cost money. That could go on drugs. So as long as
That's
it doesn't
true.
fall apart, I will wear it. But I will take off the burning clothes that I've.
so it is now a very threadbare and battered-looking bear cloak.
Oh dear.
Still a bear cloak nonetheless.
It did used to be a rug, to be fair, so it's got quite a bit. It had quite a bit of thickness and plushness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna
cool.
stab Fayan with some adaptations that he adapts to this new toxic environment that he finds himself in.
Oh, nice. So once again, another member of the party is messing with his skin, and it, let's say it turns, it almost takes on a kind of waxy or soapy feel that seems to resist the effects of the poison. And let's say as a result, you're able to avoid any further damage to your person.
How much damage was that acid doing?
It would have done 4 damage.
6. I thought it was
Okie
6
dokie.
damage, wasn't it? Oh, do you mean if it kept on
Like
hurting?
after effects would have taken 4.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Well, in that case, I have to do it to myself as I do it to other people. I sort of like do it on myself, and it works on the other person as well.
Okay.
So that's, I mean, does a cost of 8 sound fine? Because that's 4 damage per turn for each person. That's like the guide that the book uses.
Yeah, that makes sense, I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
My-
quite a bit.
Well, my
Um,
edge covers most of it, so.
Nice. Cool.
Do you need
Okay.
to pick me up after that?
Whoops, that's the wrong one.
I've dropped a rope down towards you.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, so let's say you're able to climb up fairly easily to the others. So you've just fended off this foe, but you are still trapped in the dark depths of a labyrinthine catacomb. What is your next step?
Go up or down, I guess.
Well,
I would like
Yeah.
to activate my fire scimitar to maybe give myself a bit more
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yep.
where did it gone?
light.
I will, in that case, do. Pow. You should have some more light.
Neat.
I suppose, can we raid any of these caches?
Yeah, for sure. Let's see.
loot.
There is definitely a mix of useful and dangerous and just plain gross stuff stored in these things.
My favourite
Uh,
words.
Nice. So let's see. Give me I think, intellect check, difficulty 4 to get a good cache instead of a bad cache.
Would
Sorry,
my
what was that again?
Numenera smelling be an acid in that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, so let's have Varix try and sniff out a good thing to raid. And yeah, that's difficulty 4, and I guess that will put you as specialized in this.
Can I have a go
okay.
as well?
I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
why not? Yeah. Anyone who wants, you can.
Haha.
Don't worry, I sniff it out.
Oh, you're still way up the top, Zion. Cool. All right. So let's see. Sorry, just remind me, where are these rolls starting?
Mine is
Fine
the
stuff.
5 and Minim is the 2.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's see. All right. I'm going to roll.
Minim finds a slinky.
All right. So first up, Varix finds 3 items.
Nice.
So some kind of weird non-colander and a couple of dealies. And Minim, you activate basically a trap that has been set on the particular sarcophagus that you
Oh,
search.
good.
And what it does is, let's see if it. No, it doesn't do that. Basically,
Yay, I'm cured.
I don't really have like a traps table, so I'm just going to roll until I get a cipher that would be bad
Sure.
to go off.
What?
Actually, wait, most of these are going to be good.
They're all
things,
going to
aren't
be
they?
good.
All
these-
right, let's say let's see. Okay, actually, no, I know what happens. So you open a sarcophagus, and there's basically nothing particularly noteworthy or valuable inside. However, a shrill alarm kind of screech goes off. It's kind of like the sound is being made by like a crude speaker and electronic circuit, but it is very distorted and sounds rather broken. And it basically just screams out this banshee scream that goes echoing out throughout the tunnels of the catacombs around
Wonderful.
you.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay, so that
Otherwise,
was
what
the
we got-
result.
Otherwise, what we got was the non-colander and the helping hand and glass scorpion.
I would like the helping hand. I could use that.
All right, let's see. Probably a good thing to do at this stage would be to try and find the way to. You're still presumably at this stage wanting to head towards the kind of source of the energy that is based here. Is that about right?
I think so.
Okay, so let's have. I think Varex and also Nai give me basically like a pathfinding roll. And Varix, your kind of scent and stuff would count towards this. And let's say it is difficulty 4 to find a good direction to go in at this stage. Nice.
Oh, wow.
All right, let's see.
I think I've been here before.
All right, so it seems like the way to go is this direction. That seems like it leads the most directly to the source of this power. You can also tell that there's various, probably many other routes to get there, but this one seems the most unobstructed.
Right.
Okay.
In fact, let's see. You also get a major effect, actually, so I'm going to give you some more stuff with that as well. It seems like, so a lot of the tunnels and passages and things that you've seen seem mostly untraversed, like they seem like they've gone undisturbed for a long time, and that there's nothing particularly interesting in here to whatever might be, whatever else might be roaming around here. Let's see, just give me one sec. You do, as you examine the surrounding area, you find some evidence of other creatures basically who have been through here, and particularly you find a lot of kind of scrapes that have been made along the walls and floors, and it seems like whatever made them would stop in certain places and basically scrabble and scratch at the kind of grating whatever items they could find. There's several areas where basically they were able, it seems, to kind of break through the wall or through grills and stuff, and get into small nooks and crannies, possibly like basically secret passages that you weren't able to get into before. You find in particular that as opposed to some of the less used passages and things you've been using, the one that you've picked up as being the best route, so this one, has considerable evidence of kind of activity and movement moving through here. In fact, you can see several crates and sarcophagus and things that have been broken open and their contents kind of scattered around the place, including several corpses that have been just kind of abandoned here, basically. You do see... so kind of the way that you came initially, so this other passage, you had to kind of push your way through some debris to get into this part, and it seems like that passage on the other hand is not much used. Let's see, find these other things. So in addition to the scrapes and those kind of signs of movement and things, you also see that some of these surfaces, especially the kind of like what counts as the floors, are basically covered in a kind of like a very large slug trail almost, kind of a layer of clear-ish but rather unpleasant-looking slime, as that doesn't just cover the floor but also is kind of splashed and painted over the kind of walls in some place. It's not exactly clear what that signifies, but it seems that there's some kind of other type of life form down here as well roaming this place.
Signifies a pretty bad time for Erasmus.
Yeah. So so that's basically what you're able to discern from your excellent pathfinding. And Barracks, you're able to kind of verify that with your good spell check as well.
Okay.
So just a reminder, this is the most direct route, but it also seems to bear some kinds of activity. This way seems like maybe a more indirect route that is less well traveled.
I'm not falling for going longer when I don't have to. I only have one leg, so the direct path is the best path as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, you cut out there for a sec, but does anyone have any particular objections, I guess, to taking the main route?
Nope. I'm happy to go the main route.
Fair enough. Cool. Okay, so I imagine that Nye deploys ropes and stuff to make it easier to scale your way down there.
Yep.
So I guess kind of you can move your icons a bit and say kind of roughly what order you're going to be moving down here in. And also if you take any other steps, in preparation for moving forward.
Pretty much from here on out, can someone else move my icon with the group? It's just,
Sure.
for some reason, it's not working very well for me.
All right. I'm going to say that I'm pretty much going to be permanently keeping the ghost ability on, so like walking through walls at will, and also good stealth.
Oh yeah, cool.
Can you do that
right,
permanently?
if you want to move through a particular wall, let me know,
Sure.
and I shall do that.
How does that work, out of curiosity?
Well, it's an esoteric that like lasts for 10 minutes, but I'm saying I'm going to just
right.
rather than saying every in-game 10 minutes, I turn it on again.
So does it let you move through solid things, or are you floating behind us?
No, you can move through solid things.
Oh, okay.
You sort of like kind of ooze through it. You go through it a foot per round.
Okay, it's a weird image, but okay.
Cool. Okay, so looks like Minim is maybe kind of going first.
Yeah, I can't remember which way.
Sorry, it's this one here is the more direct route that it seems you are keen to take.
Yep. I'll just follow right behind.
All right, so let's go ahead and have Minim set the path if you just kind of slowly move along the ways that you're going. So, so far it's laid out as you can see. You're not finding anything particularly remarkable so far.
Except for this wonderful slide. Oh, and then a hole. Oof.
Yep, so this off of this main kind of thoroughfare, there's various more or less treacherous openings in the floor that seem to lead to kind of downwards pointing passageways. Let's see.
Rip box.
Yeah, and let's say that as you get to this point, minimum, presumably everyone is kind of following along. You can smell a rather strange smell. It's not exactly the very death-like, putrid kind of smell that was coming from the customer that you were dealing with before. It's almost more of a chemical smell, I guess, kind of chlorine-y, and maybe a bit like kind of gasoline kind of smell. And it is coming from these offshoot passages that are leading downwards. You can see that as opposed to this relatively well-structured main passageway type thing, the area that these other passages lead to seems to be more constricted and more kind of collapsed. But you can smell this very strong kind of solventy kind of scent coming from down there. Do you investigate, or do you carry along down the same path?
It sounds intriguing. We don't know what's going to be down there.
Well, which way is the or is it impossible to tell at this point where
the normal path is this way?
But I mean the weird frequency.
Yeah, so this is a direct path, so it's in roughly the same direction. So what you're sensing, Minim, is kind of this way more or less. Actually, wait. Let's see.
So
Yeah,
so this
I think that's accurate. Yeah.
This side's the way that the normal path that Minim wants to take, and is this the funky smelling direction?
Yeah, pretty much.
I will investigate the funky smelling one. No one else wants to. It's could be some interesting things in there.
Yeah, well, I think, Minim. In fact,
which one is?
All right,
is it
give
this
me
corridor or the other one?
Well, kind of either of them. They seem to go to the same place. And Fayan, give me a roll for detect drugs. So that's going to be intellect, specialized, and difficulty. Let's say 4.
Specialized. Yep. Difficulty 4. Intellect. I'll put a point of effort in. Yep. Okay. Cool.
Hooray!
All right. So
2 ones. Wow. Okay.
So I mentioned before there's this kind of rather slug-like slime, basically. And I don't know, I guess you keep something like a kind of portable drugs testing kit on you, basically.
I think I more do it from feel and said, that smells druggy.
Yeah, all right.
Nothing intelligent about it, really.
Okay, so to put it simply, this slime, and there's a lot more of it along this passage that you're investigating, smells and feels very druggy. It's let's say it smells kind of like poppers or something like that. It has this sharp kind of scent, and I'm gonna kind of presume that you just sample some.
Yeah, I will just. You say it's more of a smell. I'll just casually just run my hands down the wall, just bring it to hand, take a big inhale of it.
All right, so let's say as you take that big whiff, your head kind of reels, and that is very much something you're used to, and you recognize a rather pleasant and tingly kind of dissociative effect, where everything becomes very kind of echoey and tinny and bright and kind of sparkly and shiny, and but everything kind of feels somewhat unreal around you. It takes on a rather dreamlike appearance. There's also just kind of a giggly rush that comes along with it. It is rather pleasant, and it also, despite its relatively not particularly serious effects, you have been jonesing for some decent, I don't know, dissociatives recently, I guess. It really hits the spot, and in fact, it's kind of like coming across a box of strawberries. You eat one, it's just so good, and you finish half the box, and you find yourself following the trail, and then let's say you take another slip because you're bending down to try and take some more of this stuff, and as a result you once again go tumbling, not quite as seriously this time.
Oh geez.
Because you fall down a short distance down here into basically a pool, you might say, of this kind of clear-ish, jellyish, gluish slime.
Is this the same clearish jelly bluey slime that was on the walls?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I'm
You are
happy.
in a bath of this stuff, basically.
I'm just
You
wallowing
know how people
around
say,
in
I just
glee,
want to take a bath in it? You literally just did.
just giggling away, and just going, ah, fun, so happy.
Okay, so that happens as a splash, and Fayan finds himself suddenly rather comfortably ensconced amongst all this extremely stimulating goop. I guess, first of all, how do any of you react to that?
I mean, I'm like sort of concerned, but I also think it's sort of funny. I haven't really understood the concept of crippling drug addiction. So I just
Let's say
kind
that at this stage, Fayan is going like full like Hunter Thompson, like in the bath.
yeah. So
I mean, Dr. Gonzo in the bath.
so I guess I follow him because
I think I would like to try and get him out of there.
Varix, when you say you follow him, do you mean you're like also diving down into this stuff, or?
Yeah, I mean, like to me, it just looks like he's having a lot of fun. So I think he's just having a party. So I figure I'll just join him.
All right, so I figure your
I
giant
slap
serpentine.
a rope onto the back of Varix before he can get any further.
I figure like your giant like serpentine form kind of like slithers down from above, kind of like an otter or something, and you just like coil your way down into this.
Oh no! It's worse. You know how people jump like do the bomb
a cannonball.
A cannonball, yeah, and it's like oh wee.
Okay,
so
so
the cannonball into the drug pit.
Okay, so what happens as a result of that is basically, same as the rest of these areas, they tend to be kind of somewhat blocked and, as it were, kind of clogged up by all these random chests and containers and detritus and stuff like that. And basically, when you smash down into this pool, you basically dislodge all of those that were below. So it's basically like you unplug the pool, and as a result, in fact, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna be extra mean with this intrusion, basically.
Fair enough.
And I'm gonna say that you both go sliding together down here, and screw it. Let's say you go all the way down here together with like Varix on top of Fayan. Let's say at this stage you get an opportunity to try and arrest your presence. So both of you make me a speed roll, difficulty, let's say 4, because everything is so slippery.
I think the Oompa Loompas are.
Yeah.
Wait, are they both still? Are they like deeply submerged now?
Let's see. Not as such. So this was like a pool that was like. It's not that this whole entire area is submerged in this goo. There was kind of a pocket of it, basically. However, all right. So Varix succeeds.
It doesn't seem to be taking my points down when I'm using it for effort.
Do you have effort enough?
Yeah. Well, I should be
Do you
losing
have enough
quite a bit.
edge? Maybe.
I've not got enough edge. I should be losing a stat. I'm just going to bump something up to 4 minutes just to see if it reduces it.
Well, it says you are.
Yeah, it's not actually reducing my speed at all. That's really weird. It's still 19.
That is
Okay,
strange.
it should be 18. I don't know what's. Oh, I didn't even record it at that time.
I mean, it seems to be working in general. I think for now I'll just ask you to try and keep an eye on that and make any adjustments manually if you need to.
Varix, are you holding on to Beam? Aren't Fayan, sorry?
Well, no. I mean, right now I'm just thinking we're having like a party, like a beach party. So as far as I'm concerned, we're just going down a slide.
Is the rest of the goop just running down the tunnels while we're stopped up here?
Yeah, so I'd say basically there was a goop-free space beneath you. Although, now that it's like sluicing down here, it's making all the walls and stuff slippery. And you managed to catch yourselves at the points where, let's put you here. But you can tell that basically pretty much the entire area below where you are now is pretty much completely submerged in this goopy stuff.
Can I gather up some of the goop? I don't know if I have a jar or.
Yeah, sure. I'd assume you have like vials and jars and stuff that you keep with you. So let's say that you're able to get 3 or 4. I mean, it's basically unlimited, so it's more or less how much you can carry. So let's say you get 5 doses of drugs.
Okay, that's cool. And as I'm probably soaked in the stuff, I'm just gonna have a sniff every so often and just be walking along.
Actually, sorry, just a question.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to get a sense of like how much drugs could you normally carry? I guess we haven't really set any.
Well, I've got 17 doses worth, but something like that caterpillar, dragonfly was considered a dose. So it's like
Yeah.
it's just a
So you-
small pick of
Did you say
heroin.
you
isn't
have?
it?
Did you say you have 17 doses with you?
17 doses around my person,
Okay.
plus 6 special ones.
Damn. All right.
And a
Well,
pocket full of Russell, apparently. I don't know if they all burnt away,
yeah,
though.
screw it. All right. Well, I mean, yeah, that's fine. So let's say you get, like 8 more, but we're gonna have to think of some way to make you use multiple doses. Maybe your tolerance is going to be going up.
That's fine.
Cool. Okay. So
That's called addiction.
you've tumbled your way downhill. You managed to stop yourself before you just fully went splooshing right down into this stuff. But the whole area around you is very greasy and slippery. And another thing that happens now that you've taken this detour is that basically the gel and stuff around, or mostly beneath you, but somewhat around you as well, starts to basically move. And it starts to somewhat coalesce. And another thing that happens is that basically tendrils or tentacles, they start to emerge from it. Good old tentacles.
Huh.
Again.
I mean, they're kind of like, they almost seem more like kind of flagellae or whatever they're called, the wibbly wobbly bits that are inside of stomachs, if that makes sense.
Good.
In any case, they're reaching their way out in your direction, and let's say that. Let me just find a icon real quick. Okay, I guess this is as good as any. So. Just got a couple of those. Whoop. So basically, 3 somewhat distinct, more distinct kind of creatures, you might say, although they still seem to be kind of part of this stuff. Basically emerge. Let's put one here. Let's put one here in the area below you. Let's pull that around so it's waggling its tentacles at you. And let's say there is another one right here, which you may or may not be able to see. Cool. All right. So basically, you're being assaulted by this goopy type stuff that is coming at you.
Do these tentacles look like they're being made out of the same goop?
Yes,
As
they
the-
do.
Okay.
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
And-
smoke 'em.
all right. So let us go ahead and let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead. Actually, wait. It's 4:15. Let's actually take a break at this point and
Okay.
jump into the fight in the next one.